Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Bulukeng Nemate and thank you guys for your support. I see the subscription number is really going high and I just want to show my appreciation and say thank you so much guys. Thank you. So today we're going to talk about how to be financially savvy, how to be financially smart, how to learn good habits about money. So I'm going to address mostly those people, or firstly I'm going to address students and those people who will be like who are newly employed. Okay, we have two types of students. We have students whose parents are paying for them, like they're taking care of everything. And then we have students who've got sponsors, bursaries, or any kind of sponsorship, or a loan, So, as a student, you will be receiving, it's like for the first time you are receiving a salary every month, although it has its own needs, but to me it's still the same as a salary. You know for sure that I'm going to receive this money every month. So my advice and first advice would be, why don't you save 10%? No, my advice is save 10% of the money that you receive monthly. Yes, as a student you can save money. It's very, it's possible. Saving. It's not just for people who are working and earning high income. In as much as you might be getting 1,000 rand, you can save money. You can save 10%. Start with 10%. If you getting 1,000 per month, you save the 100 rand. By the end of 10 months, you'd have 1,000. And if you don't really have a need for it, you don't have to use it at the end of the year. You can still continue the following year. Let's say the following year, let's say you're doing a 3-year course. The following year, your parents have increased your monthly income, or the sponsor have increased your income with 500. Now you're getting 1.5. You know what you're gonna do? You still save 150 every month. By the end of the 10 months, you're now having 1.5. The third year, they increase with 500. You're now saving 200 every month. At the end of the year, you're now having 2,000 plus 1.5. You're having 3.5. And why I'm saying save the money and don't use it, it's because after getting your qualification, after completing, there's no guarantee that you're going to get employment. And we know that getting employment needs a lot of money. You need to make copies of your certificates. You need to make copies of your IDs and everything. And you still need money to be able to see posts or any advertisement for the jobs that you're seeking. So all you're gonna need is money. So if you haven't saved anything for yourself, it means it's going to be hard for you to get employment. You're going to be asking people, and people are busy. Like people, after when you are done with school, you feel like they don't care, but they feel like we have done our part. So now it's up to you to get the employment. That's when you start to grow. So imagine if you having that money, what can you do? Sometimes, let's say the employment doesn't really come, you're not getting any jobs. You can take that little money and start to buy something and sell while waiting to be employed. Who knows? Sometimes you might not even be needing employment. If you remember the last my first video, I spoke on how to make yourself an extra cash during a festive season. I mean, if you're not working, yes, Asali, you are qualified now for, you are an engineer or you are a cost accountant, management, cost accountant, you have a diploma or a degree in cost and management accounting or in auditing. For as long as you don't have employment, it's not important. you can do the very same things that I said you must do when you want to get yourself an extra cash, while waiting for the real employment of the qualification that you did. You can go, like I can remind you, I said you can you can babysit for people, you can do laundry and iron for people, and some of the students I've seen, they have the talent of doing hair, so you can do people's hair, let's say, for, I know twist lately they cost for my 500, 350, why not, let's say in a week you have plated like 5 people the twist or the bread, you know how much you would have made? A lot. So all I'm trying to say is, be financially savvy, be financially smart, to create a habit of saving money every time you get it. Why? Because you don't know when the rainy days are gonna come. I know, hey guys, I've seen students having a clothing account. I am working, I don't even have a clothing account. I've never had a clothing account. So why have a clothing account? Are you gonna go to an occasion, and you feel like I don't have clothes, like proper clothes, then I will need to urgently buy something? Why have a clothing account as a student? I don't understand. I don't think I will ever understand. There's no need for you to have a clothing account. Yes, I'm not saying people must go to school naked and all that. We do see there are some students who go to school. Some of you even laugh at them. You'll be like, no, Samazi. He's got 3 jeans and 5 t-shirts. You can count them. We know Monday, if he's not wearing that one, he's gonna wear that one. But that's not the point. You are here to get a qualification. Then when you are working, that's when you can get as much clothes as you want. In a corner, it will be depending on how much you're earning. Remember? So, guys, let us be financially savvy. Let us be clever. Like, be financially savvy. Be financially smart, man. You don't have to be like, continue to be poor. Once you get a money monthly, remember where you come from, who you are, your background. Because some of you, when you get to varsity, you come and act as if your dad, your father is it's some type of a rich tycoon. You now want to wear your Nikes, your Adidas, and all that. I'm not saying it's wrong for people to wear them, but you need to know where you come from and where you are going. And bearing in mind that things might not go as you have planned, so you're saving money for such days. And while you still haven't got an employment, you cannot be choosy. This reminds me, one day I was having a conversation with this one student who really wanted their qualification and they couldn't get it because they were still owing their university. So I asked them that, now that you really want your certificate, are you sure you're going to work? Are you sure they're going to employ you? Have you been getting callbacks that come and bring your ID copy, your certificate, your copy of the certificate? She said no. And I'm like, what gives you guarantee that after getting this paper, this certificate, you're going to be employed? And then he said, no, at least I can even apply at SPA or at the shops, at retail shops. It's fine. But what I wanted her to think behind, like to comprehend, is that you might have that paper, you might have that certificate, but that doesn't guarantee you that you'll be employed. So I started asking her, if you don't get employed, what is the next step? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna sit at home and feel sorry for yourself that I'm not working, I've studied this? People, sometimes you'd find the people you went to school with, some are working already and life is really going well for them. And are you going to get yourself depressed instead of thinking, how best can I get out of this situation? I asked her, if you're good with hair, do people's hair in the meantime while waiting for a job. But My girl was not taking it. Like, I told her, go iron, go babysit. She was not taking it. All she wanted was to be employed. And I'm here to tell you that sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes we know the employment rate in South Africa, it's so high. So you getting your paper, your qualification doesn't guarantee that you'll be employed. So as a student, learn to save money for rainy days, for the days when you are done with your qualification and let's say they call you for an interview somewhere. We know most of us are from poor families, and your mom, like, there's nothing they can do. You will need to go there and for an interview. But because you consumed all the money, you were using all the money to go to the parties, to go to buy bev, alcohol, and now you must start borrowing money from people while you've been receiving money every month. It's not fair. So think and sit down with yourself and think, where am I going? Who am I? What do I want to achieve? What if I don't get employment? What is my action plan? What is my plan B? You know, what is my plan B? What is my plan C? Because employment is not guaranteed. It's not. No matter how much you can get your cum laudes, your distinctions, or pass your qualification at record time, employment is not promised. It's not a sure thing. So you need to think what you gonna do should you not be employed, or it takes you 2 or 3 more years before you can be employed. Think out of the box. Think how best you can handle that. I think I'm done with the students, but I'm not done. We're still going to talk about students at some later stage, not now. But then now I want to move on to the next group of people. These are people who have been recently employed. Isn't it that at tertiary you were supposed to have saved? Yes, as I was saying, we're talking about people who have been recently been employed. As I was saying, let's say you didn't save when you were in tertiary, you didn't know about this tip of how to save, and lucky for you, you get employed. I'm still gonna say, create a habit of saving 10% of your salary of any other form of income. Let me fix this video. Like, you will need to save, you know. You must learn how to save. Make it a habit. And what I want to say is those people who have recently been employed, never succumb to the pressure of people now putting you in a certain standard, or putting yourself in a certain standard, trying to impress people who don't even care, people who have their own problems. Remember, if you go to an organization and now you want to, like, be clothed in these expensive brands more than your colleagues, more than your boss, like, they don't care. Like, no one cares. Yes, we will praise you for that time you have bought yourself this nice big car or this nice clothes. Yes, we will applaud you, but after that, we are done. And then, what do they have achieved? It's colored. You know? So, let us stop this thing of trying to impress people who don't care, or being in competition with people that are not even in competition with us. Because some people, they'll be competing and be like, oh, ngiyabashaya emsebenzini, yazi ngishaya ilona every ipolo or iLouis Vuitton every day. Like, people don't care. We are there to do our work and then go back to our houses and our homes and continue with our lives. So don't find yourself under that pressure of trying to impress people who don't care. Number 2, sit down with yourself and think, Hori, what do I really need? Why am I working? Yes, you are working because you were broke, you didn't have money and you've studied. But then work, we like have a plan. Okay, now I'm employed as an admin assistant, or I'm employed as a marketing officer. And then what is the plan? You must now start to work on the next plan, because most of the time people get employed and then they start to relax and feel, especially if you're employed permanent. Oh, permanent employment really mess up with people, because now people, once they are employed permanently, they start to think now, at least I qualify for this loan, I can take a loan there and there, I will qualify for a credit card. Hey, why are we talking about credit card? Hey guys, let me tell you something about me. I was fortunate enough, I was like, oh, I was blessed enough to have this boss. You know, this guy sat me down and said, Buluge, hear it from me. Don't ever get yourself a credit card. You don't need it at the moment. Because if you can't afford something, then you can't afford it. Why must you take an extra money to go buy it? Wait, it takes us to a place where I'm saying plan what you want. Let's say you got a job and you have to move. Let's say you are from Witbank, now you must move to Pretoria. Obviously you must find a flat, the flat must be finished. But there's no pressure. Remember, you're hired permanently. There's no pressure for you to now want to put in the bed, you want to put the couch, you want to buy a TV, you want to buy this, you want to do this, you want to do that. No. First thing first, you need a bed. Buy a bed. Number two, you need a fridge to put in your food so that you don't have to buy takeaways every day. You buy yourself a fridge. TV, it's something that you can, even now, things have really changed. Things have really evolved. You can watch TV over your laptop. So there's no need for you to be in a hurry to now, you are now buying TVs, you're buying couches. You can sit on your camping chair and save for those things and then buy them. I remember one friend of mine, he was staying at a very cheap location, and then because he was planning to buy a house, and then while planning buying a house and saving the money for the deposit, because for you to qualify for a bond, sometimes it's hard to receive 100% approval. So sometimes you need to have a certain amount of deposit so that you are approved. So this person, what inspired me about them was that before they even moved to the house, or before they even bought the house, they started buying the furniture they want in their house. He labored the bed, he labored the fridge, he labored the couches and everything. By the time he moved to the house, he was able to finish the house immediately, because he had been labeling them and storing them somewhere, so that when he moves, he's able to fill the house. The other alternative will still be check the prices, how much are couches, how much are TV stands, how much are TVs. You save that money every month, and then once you have the money, you can go and buy them. There's really no need for you to be under pressure of having to finish your flat or your space with everything at a go. So guys, I'm here to say, save the money, at least 10%, and don't try to live a luxurious life, because you're still starting. You cannot come and want to surpass people who've been working for more than 10 years, and when we are figure 1 year, you want to be above them, you want to show them how things are. No. But indlela ibuzwa kwabaphambili. Ask them. I always tell people I mentor that, ask people how they did it. So in my workplace, I always say, I know some guys who are very wise, who are financially safe, who are financially wise. I always tell my mentors that, go and talk to that guy. He knows what to say. He will help you. And then guys, also, let us invest. Let's check some products with the banks, with Sanlam, with Old Mutual, how best you can save your money or invest it so that in a later stage you have money. And let us not forget the policies of our parents, funeral policies, and yeah, our family members, because you don't want at some stage somebody passes away and you don't have a cent. Remember, you're not saving, you're not even paying any policy, and then you're like, something happens now, we don't know what to do. No. So guys, this is what I'm trying to say. If you want to buy a car, I know most people, when they first get employment, they want to buy a car. Yes, you can qualify for a car, but do you know that when it comes to the car, you're not only going to spend on that installment, that monthly installment. There is insurance, there is petrol, there is service, there's tires, there's all these things. So keep in mind, when you want to buy yourself a car, look for those things. Check if you are going to be able to afford, because a car is not installment only. A car, it has petrol, it has insurance. So make a better decision. What I advise my mentees is, rather buy a property first, rather save money, rather get rent a place close to work, and where you don't need transport to, where it can be a walking distance. You go to work, you save money, and then later on, maybe after a year, you can buy a house, or even immediately, if you are able to qualify and you're earning a quite high amount of money, you can buy a house. I don't understand. I would never understand having to pay a rent and helping somebody to pay their own bond while you can buy the house yourself. And yeah, let us not get into unnecessary debts. Let us not get into unnecessary debts. So guys, this is where I end today. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to press on the notification bell there. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I hope this has opened your eyes and has taught you something. Thank you. Bye.